Hi, I am Amanda, and you're watching the Reading and Writing Life. I am kicking off a readathon vlog. This will be number 2 for June, and I'm on my second book. I finished the first book last night, and that video should be up already. I'll link it up here in case you want to see the kickoff to the readathon. I started just after midnight on June 1st, and on the 2nd, I finished the first book that night on the 2nd, and I immediately started my second book. And so this is The Priory of the Orange Tree. I've heard a lot of good things about it. People seem to really like it. I haven't really heard any bad reviews of it, but if I know there's a book that I'm going to read or that I want to put on my TBR, I don't really watch reviews about it because I'm worried that people are going to give spoilers. So my plan is after I finish it, I know there's a couple of YouTubers that I saw with reviews for it, so I'll go watch those after I finish this. So if you saw my first vlog, I am putting together a puzzle or multiple puzzles through the month of June while I'm doing the readathon. And I'm still not finished with the first puzzle that I was working on, but I'm going to be working on that later tonight. In the meantime, though, I am reading. I am almost 200 pages in. I just looked right here. I'm on page 195 right now. So it took me a minute to get into this book. And if you've been around for my videos before, you'll know that I like to get the audiobook and the Kindle ebook or physical copy of the book that I'm reading. And I like to do both. If I'm able to sit down and read, then I'll use my Kindle or the physical copy. And then when I'm doing things and moving around and putting together puzzles and driving or whatever, I will listen to the audio version. So with this book, I was able to I used a credit to get the book on Audible, and once I got it on Audible, then I got the Kindle version for free. And so I started listening to it on audio because I had to drive for an appointment this morning, and I thought that'll be a good thing to do in the car. Well, no, I was so lost and so confused about who everybody was and where they lived. It starts out immediately with like in the middle of situations. And so the way the chapters work is it goes east and it goes west and back and forth, east and west. And there are so many things happening in each one of those. Like there are some people from the east who have traveled to the west we don't really know what at the beginning. We don't know what they're doing there. Maybe they're spies, maybe they're not. We meet somebody at the very beginning that has found a person, and this person has to go hide in somebody's house, but the person is scared of a disease from this other guy. Like, I was so confused in the first 100 pages at least. I was confused, and I thought, I don't like this book. Like, I didn't know anybody's name. Like, I could not keep up with how many different names there are, and that's still a problem to me 200 pages in, because when I thought I kind of had everybody figured out, we just had a new royal family show up with a prince and twin sisters and a dowager duchess, and so many more people just showed up. I'm like, no, I just got straight who was here. I can't have all these new people thrown in. And then the people in the west that are maybe spying, I don't know. I still don't know what they're doing. I feel like I can't give away any spoilers because I don't even understand everything that's happening. But anyway, I am going to keep going. Like I said, I'm 200 pages in. That's about 28% of the way through, according to my Kindle. And so I'm going to finish this. Probably I'll finish it tomorrow, depending on how much time I get to listen tonight as I put together my puzzle. But I will be finishing a puzzle during this vlog for sure, because I barely have 100 pieces left to go in the 1,000-piece puzzle, and then I will be starting the next puzzle, and of course I'll be finishing a book. So I'm trying for this readathon, I'm going to do one video per book. So I'll have to see how fast my editing skills are, and they're not that fast. So hopefully these will come out and it won't take forever to get them out. So anyway, so far I'm at a meh on this book. Like, if I had to rate it right now, I would probably give it 3 stars, 2.5 maybe. but hopefully it gets better. Like, surely it has to get better. There are a lot of people that like this book. There are a lot of people reading this book in my Discord, which I won't, because I want to be able to talk to them. But at the same time, I'm so confused. I can't even form ideas that I want to talk about. So anyway, I will check back in after I've read some more and hopefully understand what's happening a little bit more in this book. Okay, I am putting in the last 2 pieces of the puzzle, and it is all finished. Now, normally when I finish a puzzle, I just tear it up and put it in the box and donate it. But my husband said he wants to do something with this one, hang it up somewhere. So I am going to just slide it over to the other side of this table to get out my next puzzle. And while I do that, I wanted to talk about the book. I am about 26 chapters in. I'm on chapter 27. And so far, well, at the beginning, I thought, I don't like this book. Like, I didn't know who the people were. I couldn't figure out who belonged with who and who went where and all of that stuff. It was just difficult for me to work all that out. And so if I were reading this, if I had been reading this just for fun to be reading it, I probably would have stopped, because usually I give a book about 100 pages or 150 pages, somewhere around there. And if I'm not hooked or really enjoying it, then I quit, because I just have too many books on my TBR to read something that I'm not enjoying. So that is why I don't usually read books past 100 pages if I don't like them. So this book, 100 pages in, I started to actually figure out that I liked it, that it was good, and I wanted to keep reading it. But it took about 150 pages, not 100. And the reason I stuck with it is because I had already picked it for the readathon. So I talked to some people on my team and some other people who had read it, and they were like, it's okay, it's just confusing at the beginning because you're being introduced to so many people and there's world building happening, but then after that it picks up and it gets really good. So I am probably 300 pages in right now, and it has definitely gotten better. We have the East Kingdom and the West Kingdom is kind of how I've split it up in my head. And in the East, they claim that they're waiting for the big dragon, that they worship the main dragon guy thing. And he's asleep right now, so they say. And then in the other side, they claim that they're against the big dragon because all he wants to do is rule the world. And so at the beginning, we have people who have snuck over to the other side, like from west to east, and they've been taken prisoner. And it's also in the east, they're having the trials to find out who the new dragon riders will be. They use the dragons in their stuff, in their fighting, I guess. Anyway, it was really confusing at the beginning. Now I know what's happening. I know who the people are. I don't want to say what's going on because I feel like that gives some stuff away. And I will say this, just like the last book that I've finished, Swan Song, if you are super attached to any of the main characters, I mean, if you get super attached and get sad when something happens to them, then maybe don't read either one of those books, because in the last book, Swan Song, and in this book, they have zero problem killing off their characters. So I'm going to sit here and continue sorting and get this puzzle started before it is time for bed. And I will update tomorrow with how far I've gotten with the puzzle and where I am in the book. Okay, first of all, I'm just here with an update. I have not been able to work on this puzzle at all today, except just now when I tried to put the outside of it together. Let me see if I can get high enough up. Can you tell that it kind of forms a trapezoid, like it goes in at the top on both sides? It's because these pieces are edge pieces and they're missing. I know they go up top. I actually know they go in this area up here. I just have to figure out like exactly where they go. But anyway, I did get the pieces divided up. I have all the red and any pieces that look like it might be an RV, because see, we have 3 RVs and a car. So the 3 RVs I separated in here all in one side, and then I put anything that was blue where I thought it might be maybe part of this RV, any of this water or the sky or this car. And there's really not much of the sky. You can see right here that it's really only one thickness of a puzzle piece that is the sky. So anyway, that shouldn't take very long. So that's my next step. Well, first, my step is to put that in there. And then to pull these pieces out and start putting together. I especially want to get this awning done. I think I can get this whole thing done. And then all the rest of the pieces are over here. And what's weird about this puzzle, I know you don't care because you're here for the book discussion, but this puzzle has the normal random pieces, shapes, the piece shapes that you would have in a puzzle, except one piece looks like this. Just one piece is shaped like that. And what I'm going to try to do is put it over here to the side, and I'm going to put that in last. That's going to be my last piece. Okay, let's talk about where I am in this book. I'm on page 600 and something, and there's 820 pages in this book. And I don't think I've said this on here yet. I've been complaining on the Discord group for 2 days. I would quit reading this book if I was not in this readathon. It's right here. I mean, you just saw it, but I'll put it back up here while I'm talking about it. It is just a lot of discussion and a lot of political stuff. For a book that has a dragon on the cover, there's not very much dragon interaction at all in this book. Like, it's really cool that the dragons can talk and that they like are considered, that there are dragon riders and stuff. But as far as like the dragons go, we just keep hearing that there are bad dragons and good dragons. And we can't figure out I can't figure out really what the difference is, except that the bad dragons have decided that they're going to take over and the dark one is sleeping. And when he wakes up, then all of the bad dragons are going to attack. And in the meantime, they've all been waking up. I don't know. I like a couple of the characters, but I'm not like, oh, this character is my favorite. And also, she has zero problem killing off anybody. Like, don't get attached to anybody because at any point they might die. My problem is that she's killing off the characters that I actually like. 2 so far of the characters that I really like have died. So now I'm like, I don't want to get attached to anybody else. Like, we've narrowed it down now to where there are 4 main-ish characters, and I'm kind of expecting one of those characters at least to be dead in the next 200 pages that I have left. I might even have a little less than 200 pages. I don't know. Anyway, I'm probably not going to come back on here tonight because it's already late-ish. And so tomorrow morning, I will, whenever I finish the book. I anticipate that it will be tomorrow morning when I will finish the book. But when I do, I'll come back on here and I will give my final thoughts. Right now, it's still looking like a 3-star to me. Maybe even 2.5 stars. It would be a DNF, I'm saying. I would not finish this book if it were not for the readathon. So I'm going to finish it, but I'm really already excited for the next book. I've already got the next book. I have it downloaded on audio and I have it ready to go on my Kindle. Like, I cannot wait for the next book. So let's all just make it through the next 200 pages in this book and be done. The good news is tomorrow is Saturday, June the 5th, and I don't have anything to do. So, reading. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this quick. I finished the book late last night and then I went straight to sleep. I knew I wasn't gonna be doing any kind of recording or anything. I was super tired. I gave this book 3 stars on Goodreads. And that's what I thought from almost the very beginning, that it was going to be 3 stars. I even thought about 2.5, but that seemed even a little too low. I really liked the ending, well, close to the end, when they had the big battle, because they used dragons, and the dragon riders were very cool. And I just wish that there had been more of that throughout the whole rest of the book. So anyway, things got wrapped up nicely. At least the main person that I really liked did not die, because I know that I mentioned that she kept killing off all the other people that I liked. So the main person that I liked did not die. However, it just wasn't a super satisfying ending either in some ways. And I guess that is her staying true to the characters, and really who they were and who they had become through the novel. I really liked Iad. I liked her character. I liked her character development. The queen, I don't know. I liked her, I guess, sometimes. There was a lot of not knowing people. I mean, I don't know. I felt like I have read the first book in fantasy series before, and I've even read some standalone fantasy books, and I've just never felt like there was as much exposition as there was in this book. Like, we just spent a lot of time learning about things, and it seemed like she was just trying to do too much. Like, there was one entire character that I think could have been left out of this whole book. Like, his storyline was not important to move things along. I mean, there was a couple of plot points that he was involved in, but that could have easily been handled a different way. I mean, we just didn't need him at all. So I just think it was parts like that, like things that could have been shorter or things that didn't need to be in there at all. And too much, like I said, too many things trying to be interconnected, and this person relates to this person, and this person goes back to this person. And I don't know if she thought that was going to be shocking when it was revealed, but not one time did I ever go, ooh, which I do sometimes. So anyway, that's what I thought about it. And I hope that you got something out of this vlog, whether it is that you don't want to pick this up, or maybe you want to read it now because I said I didn't like it. Or maybe you saw the puzzle that I finished and decided that you needed to get a puzzle. So I hope that you found something enjoyable. If you did, please give it a like. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any videos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.